Hi, what you doing? Are you stalking cooking videos? I love doing that. I love stalking you on Instagram and stalking you on Facebook and seeing what you're doing. I do, really, because I love you and I want to know all about you. Yeah, that's a little creepy, isn't it? But it's true. I really do care about you and what's going on. Yeah, you're like, okay, I just wanted the cauliflower cream sauce, lady. I don't really need to know about your psychotic moments. Just hand over the cream sauce. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay, so I got this recipe, the cauliflower cream sauce, from my friend Sherry Armour. She's so cool. Did you get a chance to see that video where I was standing in some lady's pantry and I was like, showing her I was showing you her sexy pantry? That's Sherry's pantry. And this is her, well, I don't know if it's her recipe. She got it from somebody, I'm sure. But anyway, she shared this recipe with me and I made it last night and it was really good. I was totally surprised that it worked out so well. I mean, Sherry had made it at her house and she gave me a taste and it was really good. Hers had a lot more mustard and nutritional yeast in it, and oh man, I was like, I gotta make that recipe. And so I made it last night and I made it a little differently, so it didn't quite turn out like Sherry's, but it still turned out well. So well, let me just say, so well that my son, who absolutely loves garlic bread, chose to eat up all the pasta first and ended up putting back a slice of garlic bread back on the baking sheet because he was too full. That is a good pasta cream sauce recipe. You know what I'm saying? If it would make my son put back garlic bread, that's got to be good. Don't you think? Okay. Can you hear the school bus? The school kids. Hi, school kids. Was it long bus, short bus? Oh, long bus, no short bus. Okay. All right, let's get busy. I want to show you how to make this because this is a very good cream sauce. I even had well, it just so happened that my son's best friend came over and he's a meat eater, and I just blended this up and poured it over the pasta, and I said, hey, come taste this, tell me what you think. And so he tasted it and he was like, wow, that's really good. And I said, it looks like Alfredo sauce, right? And he goes, yeah. And I said, can you guess what you're eating? And he was like trying to figure it out, and he goes, no. He's like, is there cheese in it? And I said, no. And I said, you're eating cauliflower. And he was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's just cauliflower and milk and a little salt, and like there's not much to it. And he was like, he says, there's no cheese in it? I'm like, no cheese, all cauliflower. And he was blown away. So there you go. Loved by a vegan kid, loved by a meat-loving kid. You can't go wrong. Okay, she says. Shut up already, he says. And let's have the recipe already. Okay, you got your pen and paper ready? All right, let's go. Okay, here we go. All right, let's get started with the pasta. This round, I used probably a mix of whole wheat spiral pasta and some of that rainbow pasta, that's like tomato spinach pasta kind of stuff, the spiral stuff. And I cooked up about 5 cups of it in a big bowl. So I got my water ready and got my pasta ready. Okay. Now, the original recipe calls for a measured amount of cauliflower, which was like would equal out about 3 cups. But you see here, by the size of this cauliflower head, I wanted to use the entire head of cauliflower because I'm not going to get my family to eat cauliflower any other way. So I wanted to use the entire thing. So this is, I think this probably made close to maybe 4 cups of cauliflower, a head this size. Now, I was really being lazy, and I didn't want to, well, look at this. This is how I cut up the cauliflower. I was being super lazy. I just put the pot in the sink, and I just started cutting away. And I'll tell you, the one mistake I made is that I didn't cut my cauliflower up evenly, and I should have cut the cauliflower into really small chunks. The recipe I was following didn't say how big to cut the cauliflower up. But next time I make this, and I will make this again, I'm going to make sure that all the cauliflower is cut up super fine. Okay, so just, not super fine, but the smaller the cauliflower chunks, the quicker it will cook. Okay, just go with that. All right, so I got that done. And then to all the chopped up cauliflower, I added 1 teaspoon of roasted garlic powder. But next time, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I don't know whether to tell you what I did or what I'm going to do next time. I'm not really sure. I'm confused. Okay, and then I threw in 1 teaspoon of salt, I put in 2 teaspoons of butter. But you know what? I didn't even notice that butter. So if you don't want to put butter in there, leave it out. 2 cups of unsweetened non-dairy milk, which I use soy milk because I didn't want to taste almonds or coconut. I think soy milk is the best thing to use for this recipe. Then I added 1 cup of nutritional yeast, which is awesome. And then I squirted in about a tablespoon's worth of mustard, okay, of Dijon mustard. That's very important, okay? And then, okay, now by the time I got that all mixed up, it was time, my water was hot, and it was time to put in my pasta. And you can see this is just a beautiful rainbow of pasta, and I poured that in and stirred that and got that going. Okay, and then I got hold on. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it. Now, once I got my pan over medium heat and got everything simmering and boiling, I just want you to see that you want to cook the cauliflower until it's tender, okay, like it's fork tender, or like you were making mashed potatoes. You'd want the cauliflower to be soft. But we are going to put this in the blender later, so it doesn't. And the blender is going to like pulverize it into a smoothie, creamy texture. So don't worry if it's not exactly, like mushable, but get it fork tender at least. And look at that milk. See how it kind of looked curdly and it looks kind of weird? Don't sweat that. That'll go away too. Okay, then once the cauliflower has cooked tender, I moved it over to the Vitamix blender. Okay, just dumped it all in there very carefully. I didn't really dump it. I spooned it into the pitcher and then got it all ready. And then I just hit that puppy on high and blended that for about 15 seconds. It took that long just to blend it. Now I have a Vitamix, so that's like Superman power when it comes to drink blenders or blending. Okay, and then I got the pasta drained off and it was waiting, and I just poured that beautiful cauliflower cream sauce all over the pasta and then stirred that in, and oh my word, it was so good, and it really is creamy. This made that whole head of cauliflower with the milk and everything probably came out to be somewhere between 5 and 6 cups of sauce, which was just the right amount for the 5 cups of pasta, spiral pasta that I had cooked up. And I'll tell you, this looks like a lot, but the 4 of us ended up all going back for seconds, including my daughter. We all went back for seconds. And the next day, we had just enough for 2 people to have lunch with this again. So there you go. There's the finished product. I did make some garlic bread with butter and on the side. And there you go. That was it. Nice and creamy. Very good. Very mild. This is almost a very simple dish. Not salty at all. You could add more salt if you wanted to. I would just let everybody put their own salt and pepper on at the end. Next time I might add a little more Dijon mustard because it just didn't come through enough. But of course I just squirted it. I was playing with it. This was the first time we made it, and it was awesome. And again, we just loved it. All right, I want y'all to give this a try. And add more mustard if you want to. Add more nutritional yeast if you want to. And let me know what you think. I want to get your 2 cents on this recipe. Okay. All right. Let's all make this together and see how we can make it different. We could throw in oregano or throw in, different spices and see what happens. Okay. I'm running out of time. I will see y'all later. Y'all eat healthy, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.